This video is sponsored by Rat Power Bikes.
There's a 7-minute down caused by a crash 95 Express in 1 mile.
No kidding.
You are still on the fastest route.
Thank you. Hello everybody! As always, it is an ordeal to leave Miami during rush hour. Someday we will learn, and with the trailer in tow we can't even go on the express lanes. $11 for the express lanes.
Continue for 7 miles.
Today we are staying at the Lion Country Safari KOA west of West Palm Beach. And I apologize in advance for some of the technical difficulties. It looks like we had a defective memory card. Oh well. We're late check-in, so I probably have our paper here. Yep, that's us. Let's go. As soon as we arrive, I connect our electrical, our water, and the sewer, of course. And then this couple, Al and Tina, recognized me and said hello. I'm riding with my RV, wherever I want to be. Because I'm free in my RV. Well, we've made it to the West Palm Beach. This is the Lion Country Safari KOA. I'm not even gonna unhitch right now. We're too tired. The traffic was horrible. But did you check that? Somebody actually recognized me. That's pretty cool. Anyways, we're gonna open a beer now and get some barbecue or some grill, going. I don't know what we're gonna do. And I think we'll catch you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna explore Lion Country Safari and Palm Beach. Under the moonlight. Good night. See you tomorrow. Good morning from the West Palm Lion Country Safari Campgrounds of America. In my videos, most of the time I try to go more or less chronological, but I think I am going to skip Lion Country Safari and show you Palm Beach first. The first place we are going to visit is Peanut Island, which is a little further north by Riviera Beach, highly recommended by many of you. And here we are at the Riviera Beach Marina. We're going to Peanut Island. We are going to take the shuttle boat to Peanut Island, and let me tell you, Peanut Island probably deserves the whole day. Yes, there is camping and the beach and snorkeling, and the island is also pretty big, but we only have a couple of hours. The boat ride to Peanut Island is $12 per person, and it gives you a $1 discount at the 1936 Historic Coast Guard Station, and also at the John F. Kennedy Bunker, which is what we really want to see. By the way, Peanut Island is actually man-made. It was created by the dredging of the Lake Worth Inlet and the port of Palm Beach way back in 1918. Yes, all this used to be a freshwater lake. There's the Coast Guard house where we're going, so we are almost there. Check out the inlet, which is also called the Palm Beach Inlet. follow the crowds like idiots, without realizing that the first structure that looked like a restaurant is actually where we want to go to buy the tickets to see the Coast Guard station and the bunker. There's some people snorkeling, kind of makes me wish I had brought my bathing suit and my mask. Well, yeah, we realize our navigational error and return to the first structure we saw, which is called the boathouse.
Well, we're gonna do the tour of the bunk house. That's it's a bunker that Kennedy used to have here in the island during the Cold War and during the Cuban Missile Crisis. So I think it's gonna be interesting.
We sit outside by the shade while we wait for the tour, and another shuttle boat has arrived. Let's see all this stuff they have here in the boathouse. 1909, the sun never sets on the British Empire. By the way, this is all very much in disrepair. This bell belonged to the Toledo sugar mill in Cuba, before Castro, and it was a gift to the US ambassador at the time. The guide explains that this building was like a large garage for Coast Guard boats.
This was like a garage for the boats.
Let's walk towards the Coast Guard station. It almost looks like a haunted house. That looks kind of like a lighthouse, but it is actually a lookout tower. As you can see, the house is in a little bit of disrepair like everything else around here. Let's go inside. And the thing is, the Maritime Museum is no longer going to be in charge of this. The county is taking over and no one really knows what is going to happen. They are actually selling a lot of the artifacts in here. And the boathouse is almost certainly going to be demolished to accommodate for a wider channel into the port. These are all the things used by the Coast Guard.
Just keeping things up.
So this house will come down?
There's a good chance. The boathouse is going to come down because they want to expand the waterway.
That's so sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see.
See what?
No, there's a...
Oh, yeah. That we have termites too. So, got a couple of problems. Mold and termites. The county is very cheap. They won't put any money into this place.
This is the radio room.
So cool to see all this old radio equipment. I hope they find a way to keep the museum alive, really.
That's 41.
Some old navigation equipment before GPS, and some old outboard engines.
So, because we're leaving in November.
Where are you headed?
Huh?
Where are you gonna go?
Where am I going to go? I'll just be retired again.
Yep, all these volunteers are pretty much out of a job when the county takes over.
Okay, everybody, so come before November. They're gonna close this down. Maybe not, but that's what the guy said.
On the other hand, you can have this vintage jukebox for only $750. Let's continue. We walk a short distance to the bunker.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you right straight into the bunker, and then once I get in there, I'll explain some of the things, that you passed along the way, because the group is so large.
Okay, this is really cool. Did you know it only took them 2 weeks to build this? So when the government really wants to build something fast, they figure out a way to do it.
Yeah, thanks, Dave.
Ladies first. first.
That's the generator right here.
2 baby steps.
And they couldn't build it underground because of the high water table, so they just made it like a mound over it, like a small hill covering the steel and lead structure underneath.
See, it's not so bad once you get in there. Okay. When you came down the tunnel, on the right-hand side, you noticed the generator. That was the diesel generator. That was supplied electricity to the bunker. As you proceeded down, I call the big step, on the right-hand side was the air handling system. That was supplied fresh air to the bunker. It was recirculated scrubber to take the CO2 out, as this was a sealed area, and they couldn't allow any outside air in. So they gave us the permission to repaint it, and also they sent some of the things that you see, the desk, the rocking chair, some of the artifacts of memorabilia. Also, you see the little red phone back there. That was a direct link to Russia to keep from starting World War III. Wow. Over here in the corner back there is your sea rations, water. Yeah.
This is the emergency hatch. Kind of reminds me of Lost.
I don't know if you can see it, but there's light out there. This is really cool. This is really cool.
That's the basket. Yes, sir.
And here are the toilet facilities. And the radio. Okay, I couldn't resist. I had to take a picture with the red phone.
Hello? Hello? Yes. Putin, yes. That was the shower for radiation. Radiation check. That's the Geiger counter.
Well, this was truly fascinating.
I forgot the TV.
The air handler, the generator again, and the light at the end of the tunnel. Let's continue. Let's go. Let's get out of here. It is such a beautiful, scorching hot day outside. We are back at the boathouse, waiting for the shuttle to take us back.
The Secret Service. We go up those stairs and stay at the attic.
Yes, the Secret Service stayed at the attic while Kennedy was here. I really hope they had air conditioning. Definitely a good day to be in the water. Freeport in the Bahamas, a good 80 miles that way.
I would really love to stay and show you more, but we're really melting here. We have to go back.
Yeah, it is really way too hot.
I'm gonna take the boat back to the mainland.
And this is right here what remains of the tracks used to lower the boats from the boathouse into the water. Well, that was a really cool place to visit if you can make it before they shut it down in November. They actually even tried to build a tunnel from Kennedy's estate in Palm Beach to Peanuts Island, but it always collapsed several times, so they had to settle for a speedboat or a helicopter. Yes, Kennedy's estate had a helipad at the time. Maybe we'll return to Peanut Island one of these days to spend the day, do some snorkeling. Who knows? We will return in about 30 seconds, and then we will go to trendy downtown West Palm Beach for lunch. We will visit the iconic and historic The Breakers Hotel, and so much more. Stay tuned. Rat Power Bikes is an electric bike manufacturer offering direct-to-consumer pricing on powerful premium electric bikes. Because they sell directly to you, the consumer, you won't see the large retail markup that would be present if you were buying from a third party or a dealer, ensuring you're always getting a performance e-bike at a fraction of the cost. Visit www.ratpowerbikes.com or call 1-800-939-0310 to learn more about their models or to place an order. Now offering free shipping on all 4 models. We're famished, so let's go downtown West Palm Beach for lunch.
Well, we're parked here in downtown West Palm Beach, which kind of looks a little bit like St. Petersburg, if you know what I mean. But we're starving. So let's find something to eat. This place looks pretty good.
This is called the Avocado Grill, and it seems to be a pretty trendy place. I mean, where else can you see a lion dancing on top of a bar? They have a Cigar City IPA on draft for $7. Not bad considering where we are. We ordered fish tacos, lamb sliders, crab cake sliders. Each small plate was $13, and in the end we decided to have another beer and try the steak tacos too. In total, $80 plus tax and tip. Perhaps a little pricey, but hey, we are living it up at a trendy place in downtown West Palm Beach. As the party begins to die down, we decided to continue.
That was fun.
Well, I'm glad we decided to go there. It was truly an experience. This place right here, the Bradley Saloon, would have been our second choice. We cross Flagler Drive. We walk towards the pier, the West Palm Beach Public Dock, and it looks like there is someone learning flyboarding. There's the Henry Flagler Museum that we will visit some other time. The Breakers, which we'll visit next. And it looks like he learned how to do it. That looks like so much fun. Maybe one of these days I'll take up flyboarding or hydroflying, as it is also called. Okay, let's drive from West Palm Beach to Palm Beach, which is on the barrier island. isn't this nice? First, we're going to pass by Worth Avenue, which is where all the designer boutiques are located. You know, Palm Beach's version of Beverly Hills Rodeo Drive, kind of. Why is all so deserted, you might ask? Well, I just realized it is a Sunday afternoon. The stores are either closed or closing soon, and not that I was planning on buying anything anyways. Next, here we are, South Ocean Boulevard, and there's a famous clock tower. And here's the beach. Somebody is kitesurfing. And here's the clock tower at the entrance of Worth Avenue. The clock was built in 2010 as part of a facelift of the shopping district. And to be honest about it, I was expecting this famous beach to be better. There's a group of Trump supporters by the corner, and it is such a beautiful day here in Palm Beach. There you can see the Breakers Hotel in the distance. What the heck. Let's fly towards the Breakers, which is practically a symbol of Palm Beach. Okay, perhaps we are a little too far. Let's return. Let's drive towards the Breakers, see it up close and personal. And here we are, the legendary The Breakers Hotel, opened as the Palm Beach Inn back in 1896 by Henry Flagler himself to accommodate travelers on his Florida East Coast Railway. West Palm Beach was the original terminus of the track, but by 1896 it had already been expanded to what became Miami and eventually Key West in 1912. By the way, I think we parked in the employees' parking lot. It's okay, we won't stay that long. By the way, the original hotel was a wooden structure and it burned to the ground twice. The current building actually dates back to 1926. It is very luxurious inside.
Special guests of the hotel.
This is one of the ballrooms, and I'm pretty sure we're not supposed to be here. And here's one of the bars we wanted to visit, but perhaps we are underdressed. Let's continue.
hence the breakers.
And here we are, outside. In the distance, we see the high-rise buildings of Singer Island. Is it me, or the back of the hotel doesn't really look like much? It is obviously a more modern structure. And there's not many people at the beach, even with this gorgeous weather. Wait, I forgot. It is the low season. Actually, I see some umbrellas on the sand by the pool area. We were gonna go by the swimming pool, but we've decided to continue exploring. It is a gorgeous property. By the way, rooms start at $325 per night in the summer and can go up to almost $2,000 for a suite. But hey, that includes unlimited golf and tennis. Yes, we were definitely in the employees' parking lot. We are going to drive to the northernmost tip of Palm Beach by the inlet and see what we can find. The final stretch has all these mansions on the left, but part of the property is actually on the oceanfront side of the street. Very exclusive. And this is it, the end of the island. There's no parking here, but let's hop off the car and take a few pictures. And here we see once again Peanut Island. And apparently over here you can go snorkeling in your own backyard. Why not? We are back by the Malecón, and this to the right is actually the Palm Beach Country Club.
Well, how did you like Palm Beach? Pretty cool, huh? Pretty exclusive place. Now for the ultimate exclusivity, we're gonna drive down to... I'm sure you've heard the place, Mar-a-Lago it's called. I think the president hangs out there from time to time. Anyways, we'll continue.
Oh, I remember this place to the left. That's the beach club. Let me see if I can make a U-turn. We actually did a couple of parties here with the band a couple of years back. It is one of those places that I swore never to play at again. I'm not gonna go into details. We continue going back south. And here we have, once again, by the clock tower, the Trump supporters. Yeah, this guy in front is definitely with Trump, but there seems to be another demonstration up ahead, and the traffic stops to a standstill. Yeah, these guys are definitely against Trump. And they are probably marching towards Mar-a-Lago, which is less than a mile away.
Now! What do we want? Impeachment! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Impeachment! Now!
There you have it, pro-Trump and anti-Trump, fair and balanced. Okay, what's going on? I think they are telling him he cannot go that slow. Someone said, give him a ticket.
Give him a ticket.
That car seems to be blocking the entrance to Mar-a-Lago. And this is the best I can do, you guys. This is as close as the Secret Service will let me go. We are going back to the Lion Country Safari KOA, which has been our home for the weekend. On the next video, I will show you Lion Country Safari, I promise, which is actually a really cool place, and I think they sold it recently, so it may not stay in its present form forever. Yep, nothing lasts forever. Not Lion Country Safari and not the Coast Guard station, so visit every place you want to visit while you can. Oops, forgot my toy mirrors. All good things come to an end. But before you go, if you liked it, do me a solid and give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, remember to subscribe if you haven't and check out my other videos. You can also visit the blog at travelingrobert.com, join the mailing list, and follow me on social media at travelingrobert. As always, thank you so much for watching and see you on the road. Riding with my RV.